Game 1, a reality check. The opening clash between the Lakers and Wolves set the tone for the series. Anthony Edwards came prepared, unleashing his precision from beyond the arc, effortlessly sinking a three as the league's most efficient shooter from distance this season. With home court at stake, Los Angeles and Minnesota faced off under the spotlight, navigating a battle centered on physicality and controlling key elements of the game. This breakdown covers the tactical layers of the matchup, examining early issues and the adjustments both teams will need moving forward. From the opening tip, Minnesota assigned McDaniels as the primary defender on Luka Doncic, though Randle also tested his luck against him early. That didn't end well, burned almost instantly in open space. Guarding Randle now, Doncic showed strong contesting before catching him off guard, exploiting his lapse in awareness. Meanwhile, Minnesota had prepped strategies for breaking pressure, particularly using the left slot for quick-release skip passes, but the execution faltered early. Another cross-court pass gone wrong, this time sailing into the crowd. With Hayes playing aggressively, Edwards split the defense and got Minnesota on the board. From the jump, Edwards had no trouble breaking through the Lakers' first line of resistance, but Hayes served as the final layer of protection for Reeves at the point of attack. A reckless closeout from Randle gifted Hachimura an open look as the Wolves scrambled on their rotations. Hachimura nailed the three. On the opposite end, the Lakers' defensive communication struggled, especially when switching. Here, LeBron was tasked with guarding Randle, but their coverage on the handoff lacked precision, allowing Doncic to put on a show. Luka off the dribble handoff, Vinnie Smith entering the game, Doncic was locked in from the jump. Offensive rebounding proved an issue for LA heading into the series, but surprisingly, Minnesota bore the brunt of it. The Lakers thrived on ball reversals, repeatedly converting from the corners. Defensively, they disrupted passing lanes and capitalized on lapses in awareness. LeBron stripped Edwards clean. Still, Edwards remained a persistent threat off the bounce. Just ask Hachimura. 7 seconds on the clock, Edwards goes between the legs, shakes his defender, but gets denied at the rim. On his drives, JJ had Gabe peeling off to contest corner shooters, opening high-quality opportunities for Minnesota's scorers. However, defensive miscommunications hurt the Wolves. Two defenders chased Reeves on a cut, leaving Doncic wide open. Doncic stayed dialed in, already with 12 in the first quarter. Against Gobert, Doncic put on a masterclass in isolation, expertly slowing down before drilling a jumper. Minnesota generated strong offensive looks when pushing the pace. Edwards sprinted the lane, elevating for a smooth finish. But in half-court sets, Edwards was their sole source of consistent shot creation. His floater found the net as Minnesota continued battling in the trenches. Meanwhile, Randle gambled on a LeBron fumble, throwing Minnesota's defense into rotation. LA capitalized off Doncic's assist. The Lakers continued punishing the Wolves on the glass. Second chances remained a persistent issue. As the first quarter wrapped up, Minnesota's secondary creators, including Naz Reid, stepped in to lighten Edwards' workload. JJ praised the effort, noting the team's strong communication and physical presence. But then came the second quarter, a completely different story. Minnesota aggressively targeted Austin Reaves while Conley executed timely drive and kick reads. Though McDaniels missed a key three, his shooting could be a game-changer in the series. With Randle working in the post, Vanderbilt sank too deep in the gap, allowing Minnesota to strike from deep. The law of averages finally kicked in, offensive rebounds swung in Minnesota's favor, leading to second-chance buckets. McDaniels collected his own miss and put it back. But when Minnesota's momentum peaked, LeBron shifted gears, using brute force in the paint. Spinning, firing, bucket plus the foul. LA's transition defense continued to unravel. A tip ball led to a fast break opportunity, ending in a Conley three from the corner. Minnesota maintained its pace, but LeBron pulled off another highlight reel chase down block. Still, second-chance points plagued LA, as Minnesota secured the lead for the first time. Rather than battling a set Lakers defense, Minnesota thrived in semi-transition. Rudy Gobert found himself alone against LeBron, held firm, and forced a miss, then Gore followed up with a block on James, sparking another transition break. As the game unfolded, Minnesota showcased its best catch-and-shoot efficiency from three all season, hitting 64% and draining 18 total shots. Edwards continued breaking down the Lakers' defense, and even when misses occurred, LA failed to secure rebounds, allowing Minnesota extra possessions. Despite LeBron and Finney-Smith connecting for a slick give-and-go bucket to chip away at the deficit, Minnesota had an answer for every push. Edwards casually pulled up from deep, absolute precision. Minnesota entered halftime with full control, up by 11. The Wolves opened the third quarter by torching Reaves and swinging the ball to their shooters. Randle held his own against LeBron in the post, forcing difficult fades. LA tried hedging screens, but even when they forced misses, loose rebounds led to practice shots for Minnesota. The Wolves also exploited LA's struggling transition defense, snowballing the momentum. Reaves continued his rough night while Minnesota rained down triples. Edwards led the charge on both ends, and Minnesota built an 18-point cushion. A Lakers timeout stopped the bleeding momentarily, but Minnesota went into a brief and unnecessary zone, allowing LeBron to capitalize. Adjustments followed, with Minnesota utilizing big-to-big connections, Randle working the short roll and Gobert converting inside. Finally seeing numbers in transition, Reaves managed to shake off some struggles. But Minnesota's defense kept LA uncomfortable. McDaniels stifled opposing attacks while Conley stepped into threes with minimal resistance. Edwards, meanwhile, stayed scorching hot, drilling another from deep. As the Lakers fought to generate any momentum, Minnesota remained fully composed. Reaves drained a three, but the Wolves responded immediately with another dagger from McDaniels in the corner. The three-point barrage in Hollywood left fans in disbelief. Just when it seemed Minnesota had sealed the night, Luka Magic struck again, expediting a shot off glass at the buzzer. Heading into the final quarter, Edwards took a brief rest while Randle took charge, battling LeBron one-on-one. The Lakers shifted their focus to attacking Conley defensively, capitalizing on Minnesota's lapses. Edwards returned, going straight at Doncic with crisp footwork, drilling a smooth mid-range jumper.
Some of the things that we didn't do so well.
His playmaking and traffic continued creating quality looks, closing the chapter on it.
To prepare for it.